The myth of multitasking. Welcome back, folks, to another enlightening episode of Today. We're delving into a topic that affects us all: the myth of multitasking and why it can hinder your productivity. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our educational content. The concept of multitasking, as commonly understood, refers to the ability to perform multiple tasks simultaneously. However, it is important to note that true multitasking, in the sense of performing multiple complex tasks at the exact same time, is not possible for humans. Our brains are not wired to handle multiple demanding tasks simultaneously, and attempting to do so can lead to reduced efficiency and increased errors. 1. Understanding multitasking. Let's start by defining what multitasking is. It's the act of juggling multiple tasks simultaneously. It might sound like a superpower, but the truth is quite the opposite. Research has shown that the human brain is not designed for multitasking. Let's kick things off by unraveling what multitasking really means. At first glance, it might sound like a remarkable skill, juggling multiple tasks at once. But here's the catch: our brains aren't wired for it. You see, our brains are wired to focus on one task at a time, efficiently. When we try to do multiple things at once, our productivity takes a hit. 2. The brain's limitations. To understand why multitasking is a myth, we need to look at the brain's limitations. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and problem-solving, struggles when it has to constantly switch between tasks. To comprehend why multitasking is a myth, we must grasp the limitations of the human brain. The prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for decision-making and problem-solving, struggles when forced to switch between tasks rapidly. This constant task switching can lead to decreased performance and increased stress. 3. Productivity killer. Now let's talk about how multitasking actually hinders productivity. When you try to do too many things at once, you may feel busy, but you're not necessarily getting more done. Let's explore how multitasking can be a productivity killer. When you attempt to tackle numerous tasks simultaneously, you might feel busy, but are you genuinely accomplishing more? In fact, studies have shown that multitasking can reduce your efficiency by up to 40%. That's a significant loss in productivity. 4. Quality versus quantity. Quality often suffers when we succumb to the allure of multitasking. Imagine trying to write an important report while simultaneously responding to emails and taking phone calls. The end result is likely to be error-ridden and lack the depth it deserves. It's a classic case of trading quality for quantity, and it's not a good trade-off. 5. The science of focus. Now let's look at the science of focus. When you single task, your brain can allocate more resources to the task at hand, resulting in better concentration and higher quality work. This increased focus leads to better problem solving, creativity, and ultimately, greater productivity. 6. Practical tips. So how can you break the multitasking habit and boost your productivity? First, prioritize tasks. Identify the most important ones and tackle them one at a time. Second, use time management techniques like the Pomodoro technique to structure your work and avoid distractions. And third, set aside specific times for checking emails and messages rather than constantly interrupting your work. In conclusion, the myth of multitasking may seem like a time saver, but it's actually a productivity killer. Embracing focused single tasking can lead to better results, reduced stress, and ultimately, a more fulfilling work life. That's all for today's episode on the myth of multitasking. We hope you found this educational and eye-opening. Remember to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts on multitasking and your own productivity tips.